Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 16 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, I showed you how to create sheets. Now we're gonna continue working on this, and we're basically finished in our modeling. What we need to do is to go to Find, make sure you're in 3D, save it first, and then we're going to use Datasmith plugin so that we could export Datasmith file and then add it to our Twinmotion. So here I'm going to export it. I'm going to save it to the location that I want to. I'm just going to leave the name and then click on save. So once it's done, we can now go to our Twinmotion. We have the 2025.2 version installed, and what we can do is go to import, click right here, and then click open. Go to the location where you save your project, and then here I'm just going to place the location and then click here and click open. Click on import and wait for it to finish. Click OK, and then you can then delete the globe right here, the spear, and then with the starting base as well, so we don't need that. The ground and the landscape, we actually need that. And then here we have our model. What we need to do first is sign in to our account. Once you're signed in, you also need to save. So I'm gonna save it to the location that I want to. I'm just gonna put house and then save it here. And then we can then add in the materials that we need. So first, let's add in clear glass. So the new version, you need to download everything. That's what I noticed. So for example, this one, you need to set the materials right there. So clear, and then we're gonna do colored. We can do basic as well if you want. And then I want to darken it a bit and then do the opacity. For colored, we have actually I want it colored. And then the intensity and then the Fresnel around 4%, and then the Fresnel around 12.12. And then I want to check it out. So click on ambient, go to camera view. This is very important. Go to detailed, and then make sure this one is checked, the parallelism. And then after that, go to environment or rendering. I want path tracer, but I want to make sure that it's still set on low first. So I want to set it in low first, just so that I can go back and forth easily. And then here I want it to be lumen. And then if we go back and forth, we can see how the glass reflects, and then we could actually lower down those kind of stuff. So maybe 2%, and then this one 0.8, and then if we go back, you can see that the reflection And then after that, I want another clear glass here, but colored as well. This one can be darker. Okay. And then if we check, we can see that one. And then after that, I want to change the mullion. So select this one and then click on mullion. And then here for the aluminum, I want it to be black. Make sure metallic is all the way. We can make it a bit 75% of that. And then I want the same one to be here. And then over right here, so that it looks nicer. And then might as well add the one right there, and then the one right here. We could close this off, hide navigation panel, and this one is starting to look good. We can go back to material, go to wall covering, and then I want to make this one a matte painted wall. And then let's add this one right there, just to be sure that everything is the same and how it looks. And then at the same time, I want this one to be the same as the back. So this one should be same thing, and then right there, and then also the lights that we have here. I want it to be like that. And then for the luminance, I want it to be neon, and then this one, and I'm gonna add it right there. Of course I want it to glow, but for some reason it's not glowing there. I want to change the environment first, HDRI. Let's just wait for it. And then here, let's do a backdrop. And then go back to materials or library. Okay, so once it's loaded, let's go back here. Looks like this one is, I like it. I like the way it looks from my background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it like that, Instead, I'm gonna go to ground, nature, and I'm gonna load this. Maybe grass 4. And then let's do the 3D grass. It's under, I remember it's under materials, 3D grass. And then here, we're going to set this one right here. As you can see, it looks really good. So easy now to work on grass. And then let's add this grass as well here, and look at how easy it is to change. And then here, wood material, I'm gonna download this one, and then we could add in this. I'm gonna scale it. Just looking for scale. Gamma gain. Not sure where the scaling is. I think it's under right here. Under UV. The scale is there now. And then here, we're going to do tiles, and then maybe one of these tiles right here that we haven't used yet. I'm just gonna do that and put this one right here instead, and then scale it a bit. And then here, let's go on to water, and then let's use this one for the pool water. There we go. So that looks really good. I'm just gonna check this one and want to make sure that metallicness, intensity, notch, saturation. You can do just the intense roughness to be 100%, and then here metallicness, you can set it at 70. So that's good right there. This one is lit now because the neon, and then this one as well. So for the neon, I want it to be 10 only. And let's see how it looks. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm going to go to wood again, and then change this to a nicer I'm gonna do an olive. I want to rotate it 90. So that's good right there. And scale it a bit down. Okay, perfect. And then here, I'm gonna go to ground again, man-made. I'm gonna do some asphalt. I'm gonna check all of this, especially concrete road 5, because I'm using it here. Scale it a bit. Actually, scale it all the way for that one. And then asphalt 6, maybe I'll put it here. That's looking good. And then what I'm gonna use is cobblestone right here. Just going to check this one and rotate it 90. And then this one as well. I think this one is good. And then I'll do the same thing right here. The asphalt on this side. So that's looking good right there. And I want to actually make this one darker. I might as well do the same thing. The same color right there. Do the same effect. All the glass are the same there. And then here, I want to set some stone here. And then scale it a bit. Rather have a lighter stone pattern. That looks much better. And then for here, I want the same aluminum material from the front to the back. And then I want the same glass material. There we go. I can also just do white all the way so that it's easier to see. All white material right there. So now what I'm planning to do is to just add some vegetation here. Okay, I'm just gonna add this. I'd rather put it on this side actually. So I'm just filling that part right there. We have this. We can add in a house on the side, and then we're gonna add some trees around here. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.